October 1st is about to bring some of the biggest changes for families who rely on SNAP benefits, also known as food stamps or EBT. More than 42 million Americans depend on this program every single month, and starting in just days, they will see higher benefit amounts deposited onto their cards. This update comes at a critical time when food prices continue to climb, and many low-income households are struggling to keep up. It's not just talk, these changes are official, nationwide, and they start immediately with the new federal fiscal year. If you're currently using SNAP, you'll want to pay close attention to the numbers I'm about to share. I'll explain exactly how much more money is being added for different household sizes, why this increase is happening now, and how it connects to the cost of living adjustment. I'll also clear up a major confusion people often have between SNAP COLA and Social Security COLA, since the two are very different. So stay tuned until the end, because knowing these details will help you understand how much support you can expect moving forward. And as always, if you find this helpful, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Social Security Post, and leave your questions about Social Security or SNAP in the comments so I can cover them in future updates. Designed to help low-income individuals and families put food on the table. In 2025, more than 42 million Americans are enrolled, including seniors, families with children, and people with disabilities. Benefits are delivered electronically through EBT cards, which work like debit cards at approved grocery stores and markets. Without this support, millions of households would face severe food insecurity, especially during times of high inflation. One unique part of SNAP is how it's managed. Unlike Social Security and SSI, which are tied to the calendar year and update every January, SNAP follows the federal fiscal year, which runs from October to October 1st through September 30th. That means benefit changes always happen in October, not January. This schedule is important because it allows the government to adjust food assistance levels right as the new fiscal year begins, making sure households receive support that reflects current food costs in the economy. October 1st, 2025, marks the beginning of the 2026 fiscal year for the federal government. With that new fiscal year comes an automatic update to SNAP benefits. This is not a random increase. It's directly tied to the program's cost of living adjustment, or COLA. The COLA ensures that benefits don't stay frozen while the cost of groceries rises. Instead, every October, SNAP benefits are recalculated to reflect the cost of food measured under the USDA's Thrifty Food Plan. For families, this means a fresh start each October. While the increases may not always be dramatic, they represent the government's attempt to make sure food stamp benefits keep up with rising grocery prices. At a time when eggs, milk, bread, and fresh produce are more expensive than ever, even a modest increase can mean more meals covered and fewer tough choices at the checkout line. This is why October 1st is such a crucial date for all SNAP beneficiaries across the country. The SNAP COLA increase is happening now because of inflation's direct impact on food costs. While many Americans hear about COLA only in the context of Social Security, it's important to understand that SNAP has its own separate adjustment. This COLA measures changes in the cost of food, and for 2026, the USDA determined that an increase was necessary to keep benefits aligned with real-world prices. Though the raises may not feel huge, often between $6 and $19 per household depending on size, they still matter. Consider this. For a household of 4, that's nearly $230 more over a year, which can cover several weeks of groceries. Spread across 42 million beneficiaries, these small adjustments add up to billions of dollars in extra food assistance entering communities across the country. For struggling families, these increases are more than just numbers. They represent stability, meals, and some breathing room against constantly rising grocery bills. Here are the official new maximum benefit amounts that will take effect on October 1st. A household of one can now receive up to $298 per month, an increase of $6 compared to the 2025 level of $292. A household of two can now receive $546 per month, up $10 from $536. For a household of three, the maximum benefit is $785, slightly higher than the previous $766. And for a household of four, the maximum monthly benefit is now $994, which is $19 more than the 2025 amount of $975. Even the minimum benefit has been adjusted, increasing by $1 from $23 to $24 per month. Now, these are maximum figures, meaning not every household automatically qualifies for the top amount. Actual benefits depend on your income, allowable deductions, and expenses. But these numbers set the ceiling for what families in different household sizes can potentially receive, and they reflect the COLA increase that applies nationwide. For households living paycheck to paycheck, even small increases matter. A household of four, for example, will now receive $228 more per year compared to last year's maximum. That may not sound dramatic to some, but for a family juggling rent, utilities, and transportation costs, an extra $20 a month can mean more meals, more fresh produce, or less reliance on food pantries. For a household of two, the annual difference is $120, enough to help offset part of the grocery inflation we've all seen over the last 2 years. When multiplied across all SNAP households, this COLA adjustment delivers billions of dollars into communities nationwide. That money doesn't just help families, it also supports local grocery stores, farmers markets, and food suppliers, strengthening the local economy. These ripple effects make SNAP one of the most important safety net programs, not only for individual households, but for the broader economic stability of communities all over the country. One of the most common confusions I hear is people mixing up the SNAP COLA with the Social Security COLA. These are two completely separate adjustments. SNAP COLA is tied to the cost of food and updates every October 1st with the federal fiscal year. Social Security COLA, on the other hand, is tied to the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, CPIW, which measures broader inflation. Those changes are announced in the fall, but always take effect on January 1st. That means if you're receiving both SNAP and Social Security, you may see increases at two different times of the year. October brings changes to your SNAP benefits, and January brings changes to your Social Security benefits. Knowing this difference helps you plan ahead and avoid confusion when you notice different timing in your monthly deposits. Both programs aim to protect beneficiaries from the rising cost of living, but they use different benchmarks and schedules to do so. You don't need to reapply or submit any new paperwork to receive this increase. It's automatic. Your state's SNAP agency will load the new amount onto your EBT card as usual, following your state's irregular distribution schedule. This means your October payment will likely be slightly higher than September's, reflecting your new benefit level. Most states also provide mobile apps or online portals where you can check your EBT balance in real time. If you haven't downloaded your state's app, this is a good time to do so. It allows you to see exactly when your benefits hit and how much has been added for October. With food prices still climbing, keeping track of these details can help you stretch your benefits and budget more effectively throughout the month. Starting October 1st, millions of households across the country will see a little extra money added to their EBT cards. While these increases aren't massive, they are automatic, nationwide, and they reflect the government's recognition of how much food prices have gone up. For many families, even a modest increase can mean more stability and less stress when buying groceries. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Social Security Post so you don't miss any of my updates on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, Medicare, and SNAP. And I'd love to hear from you. What do you think about this SNAP increase? Will it make a real difference for your household? Drop your questions about Social Security and SNAP in the comments, and I'll feature them in future videos. Until next time, take care and stay informed.